Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? We are going to be doing a swatch party with the new Ensley Reign Cosmic Dreamer collection. I think that this might have been around before and this is like an updated version. I did not own the previous version, but there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on in the collection. We've got the eyeshadow palette. We've got a bunch of really beautiful looking single shadows. I think some of these are multi-chromes. It says there's a marbled multi-chrome, a regular multi-chrome, and 4 hollow chromes, and they're all $18 each. And then we've got a Rain or Shine lip gloss, which is such a cute name. This is going to be $16. It says it has a multi-chromatic sparkle. We've got some loose pigments, so it says these are going to be $14 to $17 each, and there's 4 multi-chromes, 2 duochromes. I'm not normally the biggest loose pigment kind of girl, but I'm definitely going to pull them out and swatch them out for you just to hopefully give you a better look at them. And then of course we have the eyeshadow palette, which to me is always the most exciting part because I love eyeshadow. I'll show you what it looks like. It's the Cosmic Dreamer, and there she is. We've got some pinks, some greens, a little bit of cool toneness, very, very pretty. And then you also have a star mirror. And if you're interested in the entire bundle, it does retail for $280. It has $301 value, but obviously would only, oh, the cats are playing. I would only recommend getting the bundle if you're like truly obsessed, would use every single thing in the collection. For me, I'm most excited about the eyeshadow palette always. So let's just look at this lip gloss really quick. We'll look at all these individual items before we get to the palette. So here's what she looks like. It's kind of like this like peachy shade with a golden sparkle to it. It's called Cosmo Dreamer. It has like a gold green sparkle. Oh my gosh. Somebody has got the zoomies. So there's what that looks like. I think it's really pretty because it has that sparkle, but it's still pretty subtle. I don't wear extremely sparkly glosses, so I'll definitely give that a try and let you guys know if it's gritty or anything. Didn't feel gritty going on my hand, but your lips can be more sensitive. And then let's start going into these eyeshadows. So actually, let me move this away. This is definitely the coolest looking one here. It's called Divine Realm, and it has like a marble of yellow and pink, and then like this like bluey purple shift. Super pretty. Actually, let's zoom you guys in. So there is, oh my god, canceled, fired. There is Divine Realm. Very, very pretty. Oh my goodness. Look how stunning that is. It's like if pastel tie-dye was an eyeshadow. Wow, that's gorgeous. So pretty, so sparkly. Okay, this shade is called Lucid Dreams, and it's a yellow base with a really strong green and purple flip to it. Very, very pretty. Again, it feels super smooth. This is my first time trying Ensley Reign single shadows. I've only tried their palettes so far. Very smooth, very shiny, very shifty. I feel like we could make a little joke out of that, like the 3 S's. Is it smooth? Is it shiny? Is it shifty? Then we're happy. I mean, look at that. Jesus. Wow. Just popping them into my little Oden's eye palette. Next we have Star Chaser. So this looks like a pretty kind of like plummy purple base with a bluey shift to it. This one's a little bit more creamy, a little bit of a thicker texture versus the silkiness of the other ones we've swatched so far. Ooh. Super sparkly. So when you hide the light a little bit, you see the holochromeness so much more. Like the rainbow sparkles are so pretty. Wow. Okay. These are gorgeous. We've got Existential Bliss. That's a vibe. Looks like this really pretty mix of like green and gold. Again, the same texture as the previous one where it's a little bit thicker, a little more chunky. I'm assuming this is about to be a holochrome, even though I can't really see it yet. Yes, again, very sparkly, very shifty. Has that like rainbow kind of flip to it. Oh god, this one's called Party in the UFO. That's amazing. 10 of 10 on naming that one. This is kind of like an indigo, purple, blue moment. Okay, a little thicker, but immediately I can see the holochrome sparkles. Okay, this is definitely my vibes right here. This one is called Orifim. Looks like a really beautiful kind of like silvery blue shade. With a little bit of a purple kind of tone to it. Again, it's a little bit lighter, but it has that holographic sparkle to it. I feel like all of these are beautiful, but realistically, this is the kind of shade I would go for the absolute most. And then pulling out a little mirror here, so you can see the shifts a little bit better. So pretty. Okay, y'all, so I don't think I've ever swatched loose shadows before, especially not with nails. So here's my plan. I pulled out my Divina glitter primer, and I'm just gonna put it all over my hand. And I think I'm gonna use a brush, like a flat brush, to get in here, and we'll just do some quick swatches of everything. That way the eyeshadow actually sticks to my hand, because I don't know that it would without having a little something as a base. So I'm just gonna prime my whole hand real quick with this so it's nice and sticky. Okay, so we've got a shade here which is called Cosmic Queen. Okay, so just sticking my brush in there as much as I can. There's what Cosmic Queen looks like. Just like a really pretty pink with a bunch of sparkles to it. Gorgeous. This packaging is actually really nice to not have a mess. Okay, we've got a shade here called Cosmic Voyager. Looks kind of like, oh no. Oh, and I accidentally pulled the whole thing off. Perfect. Let's see. Looks like possibly a really pretty multi-chrome, like a green sparkly shade. Personally, I'm just swatching these for you guys because, I mean, you can already see I'm creating such a mess. I think you can get the most beautiful looks out of pressed pigments, so I don't personally purchase loose eyeshadows. Okay, we've got a shade here called Cosmic Dust. Let's see. Looks to be, oh, yeah, okay, that packaging is a great idea, but it's not actually coming off the way that I thought it would. Just grab a little more of this. This is like a purple, gray, kind of silver shadow. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay. I will admit, I do really like that one. Okay, we've got Cosmic Energy. Looks to be like a blue, purple, sparkly shade. Okay, go with a little more so you can really see the sparkles. We've got Cosmic Light, which is another like more iridescent type of shade. Looks to have like a strong pinky purple flip. A little more chunky. Okay, and then lastly we've got Cosmic Ember. Looks like a peachy, like orangey tone with a golden flip to it. There you go. Again, very sparkly. Cannot deny it is beautiful. Let's dig into the palette now. Hopefully you can see so many pretty tones. Definitely like a little grunginess to it. So starting off, we have the shade Milky Way, which just looks like a kind of pale white matte, but it does feel very creamy to the touch. And then we've got Dreamscape, which looks like a really pretty kind of pinky soft mauve. Again, feels very creamy. We've got Cosmic Queen, which is a pink orange, gold, kind of shifty shadow. Okay, pretty pigmented. Ooh, that one feels very creamy. It does have a really beautiful, strong orangey shift. Next, we have the shade Visionary, which is a bright Barbie pink matte. We've got Astral Traveler. So it's just like a satiny, deep brown. It doesn't really have any like shifts or anything else happening to it. It's very one-toned. And then we've got this shade called Antimatter, which just looks like a very soft, cool tone gray. And again, I feel like I keep repeating this, but all of these mattes just feel super, super creamy, buttery to the touch. Okay, we've got Stargazer, which looks like a soft pink, and it does have a little bit of like a blue shift to it and a peachy base. Very pretty, and definitely like a chunkier, thicker multi-chrome. We've got Meraki. Looks like a soft kind of like brownie peach. And then we've got Interplanetary. Looks like a really pretty like orange with a gold flip to it. Very shiny, a little bit more on the silky side. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, look at that too. Nice. And then there's with the mirror. To see this shift a little bit more. They're not like super shifty, just like subtle. We've got the shade Spacey, which is a deep brown. It looks so nice. We've got Ethereal Plans, which looks like a really beautiful kind of like platinum shade. Very shiny. And then we've got Dreamer, which is a soft green. Okay, so there is half of the palette swatched out. I'm gonna wipe this off and we can do the other half. Okay, we've got Lucidity, which just looks like a really pretty, silky, soft green metallic, and it has like a slight golden shift to it. Eclectic, which is a little bit more of a grungier, murkier olive green. Wanderer, just kind of similar, just like a slightly more brown version of the same shade. My arm could potentially be getting a little bit dried out from doing so many swatches, but there's what those look like. We've got Mercury, which is a really pretty olive shimmer. Has like some sparkles to it, but again, a little bit more one tone. So you've got some mixes of finishes in here. We've got Intergalactic, which I would say is like a mustardy olive. Like just has a little bit more of that yellow undertone to it. Astral Plane, ooh, very, very sparkly, like kind of like goldeny green metallic. I feel like if you like greens, this section here is super cute. We've got Wild Hearted, which is a little bit more of a deep teal matte. Cosmic Dust. Ooh, that's like a very blue gunmetal shade, but it's super sparkly. Really, really like that. We've got Astral Body. Getting a little bit more into the blues. It's kind of like this pewtery, gray toned blue. Definitely have eyeshadow stuck in my nail. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go over the mattes just because, like I said, my arm could be reaching its limit. And then last but not least, we've got Lunar Storm, which looks like a multi-chrome for sure. A little bit of a thicker, smooth texture, which has blue and teal and purple. Very, very pretty. We've got Neptune, which just looks like a true kind of indigo shade, that perfect in between of purple and blue. And then we've got Eclipse, which looks like a black matte with silver sparkles in it. gorgeous. Okay. So there is what the second half of the palette looks like, all swatched out. I would honestly dare to even call this palette like a grungy, like borderline neutral color story. Obviously you've got pops of color in here, but I just feel like you could go so neutral with this, but also have fun. It's definitely very, very cute. I would say of the entire collection, this is pretty, but not necessarily my favorite eyeshadow palette from Ensley Reign. Like, I like it, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed like some others. And then obviously we have the loose pigments, which I think are beautiful. The swatches were really pretty, but I think this is definitely just personal preference. The lip gloss looks stunning, but my favorite, surprisingly, would actually be these single shadows. Like, I think they swatch and look so beautifully. Of everything, this is definitely what I'm going to be reaching for the most in this collection. I'm so excited about these. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this swatch party. I have a whole playlist going of overhead swatch content if you want to check out some more from me. And that's going to be all. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye.